My family and I had been checking out churches in the area. We were looking to find a church home. We came to One Life, and after our second time, we were hooked. This is, One Life is where we wanted to be. We immediately started volunteering and getting involved in One Life as much as we could. And one of the things I volunteered to do was to pick up the youth group from church camp. I was driving all the kids back from church camp. They're rowdy in the back, having a good time, and it was getting kind of loud in there, and my phone rang. I answered it, and it was my oldest son, and he says, "Mom, how far out are you?" And I said, "Well, we're about an hour out. We should be there in about an hour." And he said, "Well, Dad fell off a building, and he thinks he broke both of his ankles." And I know I didn't hear that right. There's no way that could be right. So I get real serious and I tell the kids, "Be quiet, quiet down, quiet down." And everybody's all serious and quiet. And I said, "What did you say?" And he said, "Dad fell off a building and he thinks he broke both of his ankles. And he wants to know how long it'll be before you get here." And I tell him I'm about an hour out, but in my head I could be a million miles away. I say, "Okay, well, call the neighbor, see if he can, if they can take him to the doctor." And when I hang up the phone, I tell the kids in the van what's going on. They immediately say, let's say a prayer. So we said a prayer. It was wonderful because, these are 13 to 14-year-olds. They don't always think of that. So that kind of calmed me a little. That 1 hour drive home was the longest I've probably ever driven. Is he going to be able to walk? Is he okay? What am I going to do? How are we going to pay our bills? Are we going to be able to afford the hospital bill? What do I tell the kids? And what is this going to do to our family? He goes to the doctor. The doctor calls me and says it's very serious, and we've called an ambulance to take him to the hospital. So I get there, I meet him at the ER, and he's in there for a long time. They check him into the hospital. He spends the night, and the next day, the surgeon comes in to talk to us. Well, this doctor had seen his CT scan and tells us, this is very serious. He's got a compression fracture in his back, and he has crushed both heels and broken several other bones in his left foot. And it's going to be like a year recovery until he's back to as normal as he can get. And while the doctor's talking, I just kind of zone out. A year, my husband is our only source of income. He can't, he can't go back to doing things for a year. What are we gonna do? I'm in shock. I don't wanna cause a scene. I don't wanna cry. I don't wanna, just fall apart. But what are we gonna do? So immediately, we had friends and family, and people were bringing us food and sending us cards and money to help, and it was overwhelming. It was great. But about 3 months after the accident, all that kind of slowed down, and I was left with a house payment coming up. I've done everything in my power that I can think of to get the money together for this house payment. I'm overwhelmed. I'm scared without letting the kids or my husband know. I'm terrified that we're gonna lose our house, that, this is the first step. You miss one payment and then, it all goes so quickly. And I knew I had to just suck it up and finally ask someone. And so I asked the church and asked friends, and it's still not, it's not all there. And then the day before the house payment is due, we had money given to us by friends we hadn't talked to in a while. And on the day the house payment was due, I had the exact amount for the house payment. And I knew that was God. I knew that was God telling me, I told you, I've got this. Because that's something we've never felt before. One Life and everyone at One Life has been wonderful. They have taken my family and wrapped their arms around us and taken care of us. I come from a big family, and I have always believed that blood is thicker than water. But I don't know if that's the case. We haven't had major things like this accident happened to us before. We've basically just gone through life. We know you gotta go to church, things like that, but this experience has changed our lives, and I would not be where I am today without One Life and the support and love that they have shown us. I just want to say thank you. My name is Michelle Braxton, and One Life has made a difference.